All right, guys. Today I want to talk about something that really kind of annoys me about the gun community. And the fact of the matter is it's not a community at all. You have the vast majority of people who are interested in the Second Amendment and gun owners who are very much on the outskirts. They own a gun, they're not really watching any gun tubers, they're not really training at the range. And not to say like just because they don't watch gun tubers, they're not serious about firearms, but the vast majority of gun owners in this country are not actively trying to improve their skills, training, and living out the idea of the Second Amendment, which is to protect the country and freedom from tyrannical overreach. So most gun owners are just fuds. I hate to say it, or they just mess around and they don't take it seriously like many of you guys do, many of my regular viewers do. And that's the vast majority of gun owners. But the deeper you go into the space, as far as people who are in the Second Amendment, the more polarizing and the more tribal it gets. And one of the most annoying things about me in this whole, since I started this channel and involving myself more and putting myself out there in the gun community, is the polarization and the tribal mentality that I want to discuss today with you guys. So before we get into all that, contrary to popular belief, just because I'm a YouTuber with a small but I guess somewhat substantial following, thanks to all you guys, I don't get paid for this. In fact, I get paid very little compared to the money that I do invest into my camera equipment, into ammunition, into firearms, accessories, and whatnot, so I can bring you guys these reviews. It's only recently that I've been had Brownells brought on as a sponsor, and even then, I'm only compensated based off of my discount code, which is RDB10. So if you guys do want to support the channel, if you use RDB10 over at Brownells, it saves you guys 10% off, and then I get a very small percentage of whatever you purchase if it's a qualified item. So that is very helpful, but it is frustrating to me when people automatically discount me for being a YouTuber and say that I'm getting paid or I have these financial interests in talking up this product or having a specific stance on a certain topic because I'm a gun tuber, and why wouldn't anyone believe what I'm saying? At the end of the day, guys, this costs me way more money than it actually brings in, and I'm doing this because I want to give back to the community. I'm doing this for all of my loyal subscribers who have supported me from day one. So just big shout out to all you guys who've really been supported from day one. I really appreciate I really appreciate all the love you guys give me. So that's huge, but I'm not doing this for everyone else who's talking shit, particularly on Reddit. It seems like every time I go on Reddit, like I seriously go down this rabbit hole that it just drives me insane. Like yesterday I got a freaking migraine. Like I was so stressed out about these comments, and I have to just remind myself, like, I'm doing this for everybody out there. Like I'm doing this at my own expense. I'm taking my own personal time away from my family, and I do enjoy it. But at the end of the day, it's like I don't owe anybody anything. Like I do this because I love it. And the minute it becomes more stressful than it becomes positive for me, I'm just gonna not do it anymore. So again, I don't want this to be like a sob story for me, but this has given me a peek into how polarizing and how tribal the gun community is, and it is so quick to just eat its own. And so let's talk about that a little bit more. So before I do, if you guys do enjoy these videos, liking, commenting, and subscribing are a huge help. So greatly appreciate you guys doing that. It's a free way to support the channel. And then if you guys want to buy any merch or anything like that, rangedaybro.com has all of our merch. With that being said, let's talk about this paradigm, which is you have people. Let me just say this first. You are not defined by the gun that you like or the company that you like. That is something that I see this community doing so often. You have the HK bros, you have the Knights Armament guys, you have all these clans of individuals, you have AK guys, and you have everyone's just trying to like fight to be right. And at the end of the day, it's like the most toxic thing we could be doing as a community is like pulling each other apart, tearing each other down, and just like literally just talking crap about somebody else who you have probably 99% of things in common with, but you're choosing to focus on that one thing that you disagree on, and you're choosing to tear that person down over their position on one thing or another, whether it be, I mean, I've seen people arguing about the stupidest things, and people get behind these companies, and like this dead air situation is kind of what brought all this on, because I said in my last video that I posted yesterday that I'm going to be having an interview with Mike Pappas regarding the Sierra 5 issues, and all the comments have just been like either F dead air, or, I mean, some of them are positive. I don't want to be like all doom and gloom, but like when you talk about something like this, which is a controversial issue, and I'm not saying, you know, that what dead air did or what they're doing is right or anything like that. I'm trying to be as impartial as possible and be a true like journalist, even though I'm not a journalist. This is gonna be my first ever like interview, so it is a lot of pressure for me. I feel like everyone's just gonna be critiquing every single little thing I do, whether I'm too tough on mic or whether I'm not tough enough on mic, whether I ask the right questions or not. It's like I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. So I just gotta remember, like, at the end of the day, I don't get paid to do this. I do this as a service to everybody. I do this because I like to do it. But this whole dead air situation has made me realize like how crazy polarized the gun community is, because it doesn't matter what Mike says. It doesn't matter what I say. Like, everyone's going to have their opinion no matter what. And whether he says the right thing or the wrong thing, or whether I say the right thing or the wrong thing, it's still going to be a super controversial, and people are still going to bitch about it, you know, for lack of better terms. They're still going to complain no matter what happens. And I get it. I'm not talking about the situation specifically, but this interview, like, everyone's like, who is this no-name YouTuber? Why are they doing this, making this commentary on his channel? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that I'm a customer. I've never received anything from Dead Air, and I promoted their stuff in the past because I like their stuff. And granted, that was when I was first getting into NFA items and suppressors, and I didn't know that much about what else was out there. But I've sold a lot of cans probably for my reviews because I was giving my honest opinion on those products at the time, with my knowledge at the time of those products. And now I'm left with this big question mark because I paid for my own Sierra 5 and it destructed on camera. And I brought all that to you guys. And I talked to Mike on the phone, and everyone's like, it just made me realize that as a community, we're less of a community than I really thought. And I want to discourage that type of behavior. And I want to encourage you guys to realize that we have 99% of things in common. And that 1%, whether you're a Surefire guy, whether you're a Dead Air guy, whether you're an HK guy or a Knights or a Palmetto State or whatever it is, like whatever tribe you subscribe to, at the end of the day, we're all part of the same community. And we need to be a united community, because what is important is the Second Amendment, and that's what we're up against. We're up against the most like coordinated, organized anti-gun lobby there's ever been in the history of the country. And we need to not only stop the encroachment of rights, we need to regain some of our rights that we lost during the 80s and get those back. Like, full auto machine guns should absolutely be 100% legal. And instead of focusing on that, we're focusing on nitpicking and infighting. And it just drives me mad because, like I said, you go to the range with all the dudes on Reddit. If I ever went to the range with them, I guarantee we'd be friends because I'm a super easy guy to get along with. Like, there's really nothing much. I don't think I hate anybody. Like, I don't hate anybody. Like, I don't think I could tell you, like, right now, like, there's one person that I really hate. Like, I'm not that kind of person. I'm a very loving and kind person, and I think I look for the best in everybody. And, you know, that screwed me in the past. I've had people screw me over, but, you know, if you hold resentment towards people and you hold this hate in your heart, it's only hurting you. So that's one thing I really want to discourage, and that's something that my eyes have been open to since starting this channel, especially since, you know, I had to stop reading the comments on my videos because some of these people are just absolutely incorrect. I mean, they're dogging me and talking crap on me for things that I've been taught or I thought, and I'm not always right, guys. I've been wrong way more often than I've been right, but there's never been someone who's been wrong in my YouTube comment section. There's never been anyone who's wrong on Reddit, and there's just no humility. There's no one's humble anymore, and it's just like, why are we eating each other? We need to get together and group together and work together to fight for the Second Amendment, which is why the reason I started the channel was to bring people into the community. And the more I got into the community, the more I realized it's not really a community. It's like a dog eat dog. Who could be right more often? Who could have the most, you know, troll or cynical, or like, you know, who could have the funniest troll comment in the comment section? And I'm not saying like those guys, like I've read some hilarious comments. Some of them are actually funny, and it is fun. But like, when it's just constant. It's like a never ending, and all the gun tubers and all the guys that I respect and follow, like Hop and Mr. Guns and Gear, Johnny B, like all these guys that I like and I've watched, and I don't know them personally, like they experience the same thing. They're posting, you know, stupid comments in their stories, in my opinion, to not only, we need to discourage that behavior. So yeah, I'm gonna put somebody on blast who's saying some absolutely, you know, ridiculous stuff in the comments. But at the same time, it's like we're over here doing our best to putting ourselves out there, and you got a faceless, nameless person in the comment section talking crap. Again, I don't want this to be like me just complaining about being a YouTuber at all, but it's just something I've noticed, and I want to encourage y'all to discourage that type of behavior. And I've been involved in it in the past. Believe me, like I was 13 years old on Xbox Live. Like there were some things said that I am not proud of, that I would never want to repeat. So we've all been that guy. We've all been that troll before. But now, if you're an adult, like act like an adult. If you're writing something in the comment section, like make sure it's like, make it thoughtful. Like if it's not, you know, don't just spread hate. That's what I'm trying to say. Like don't just spread hate and negativity in the world. Like we need to spread the positivity, spread the love, and that's the way to grow the community and actually like foster something that we can be proud of at the end of the day. Because I want my daughter to grow up and one day see what these videos have done, and hopefully I'm trying to have a positive effect on the world, not a negative one. So I don't really want this to be like just a gripe sesh, although it's kind of been one. It's just I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do to try to encourage positivity, encourage you know, us coming in as a united front and fighting against the gun lobby, which is 100% united, very well funded, and backed by most of the Democratic Party. Where meanwhile, and I hate the two-party system for a start. I really am not a fan of either side. And that's the thing, like you are not your political ideology, you are not your rifle, you are not your company that you support. You are you, and you can evolve, and your opinions can change. Don't be so married to your opinions that if somebody says something contrary to what you think to be true, that you automatically attack them and tear them down. Like you can just listen and make your own best decision based off of what you learned. And I've been, like I said, I've been wrong way more often than I've been correct in my life. The one thing I know is I know nothing at all. So the more I learn, the more I realize how little I know. And it's funny because the younger I was, you know, in my early 20s, I thought I knew everything. And now I sit here today and I'm like, man, especially in the gun world, like 5 years ago, I thought I knew all there was to know about guns. And the more I get into it, the more I train, the more people I meet, the more I research, the more I realize how little I actually know and how incompetent I am compared to some of the best guys in the world at it. So it really puts things into perspective. But you cannot be married to your ideas. That is just a miserable way to go through life. You're going to end up fighting with everybody. You're going to feel like someone's attacking your character when they say, you know, one man CQB is a suicide mission or whatever it is. Like there's so many little topics that people argue over, and it just baffles me sometimes because we're all supposed to be the community, but it's really just infighting, and it drives me nuts. So if I could encourage all of you guys to spread more love, spread more kindness, and to be more inclusive, that's what I'm trying to do. And hopefully I'm leading by example, and I really try hard not to give in to the intrusive thoughts. When someone's commenting, talking crap in my comment section, there's some intrusive thoughts that come in, and I want to put them on blast, and I want to respond because my ego is telling me, hey, you know, you got to crush this person who's talking crap about you. But at the end of the day, it's like, dude, that is not hurting them. It's only hurting me to think about that. And so, you know, exercise, working out hard, ice baths, sauna, you know, meditation, breathing exercises, like all that stuff is good for you. And all that hate is just going to crush you, bring you down. It's going to weigh you down. It's going to stop you from being your best self. So just try to bring people into the community, guys. That's all I got to really say today. Because again, I'm going through this right now with this interview coming up. You know, knock on wood, it's still going to happen. I have faith. I hope it happens. And when it does happen, I'm just going to do my best to get answers that I've wanted for a long time. Again, I've never been paid by, sent anything from, or otherwise, you know, beholden to working for or anything like that with Dead Air. I was just a fan of their products. I bought a lot of their products. I bought all of the products that I own from them. Nothing's been sent to me. So I just want answers as well. I've had my can since, I think it's been 155 days since that video, and I sent it in a few days after that video. So going on like 150 days, let's say, to be conservative, my can has been waiting to be repaired and I haven't gotten it back. So that's why I'm doing this. That's why I asked Mike if he'd come on the channel. But again, it's just, I realized by reading those Reddit comments and reading some of the YouTube comments how polarizing this community is. And I want to discourage that and just try to let everybody know, like, I'm out here trying to do my best for you guys. And I hope you guys see that. I hope it projects. And that's why I'm doing more of these long form talking videos to just let you guys know that there's no other alternative motive for me to be doing these videos besides the fact that I love this. I've actually turned one of my favorite hobbies and one of my meditation into work. And I talked about that in the last video, where I used to go to the range, decompress, really like be my meditation, be like, you know, work on my trigger presses and really not be worried about all this other crap. And I've now turned it into a job, which kind of kicked myself for. And that's the reason I don't film a lot of my training, because I still need that time, that me time at the range, because again, that's my favorite thing to do. But yeah, I guess I've repeated myself enough. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, Brownells RDB10 for 10% off, and then rangedaybro.com. And a lot of you guys have been hitting me up on Instagram and sending me love, so that means a lot to me, guys. A little message can make my day, so I really appreciate you guys doing that. Love you guys. I hope you're making an awesome day, an awesome week, and yeah, just crush it today. You got this.